It has been known for a group of ruffians to attempt to reach Hobbiton by traversing across Farmer Maggot's fields, only to feel the wrath of the farmer and his hounds. The hobbits of the Shire know well enough to not trespass in Maggot's crop. Many of them have felt the sting of his stick up on their legs or a nip from Grip, Fang or Wolf, when they have been caught scrumping the odd mushroom of two. On one stormy night, a group of ruffians have strayed into Maggot's crop by accident, only realizing their whereabouts for too late to do anything about it. Maggot has his hounds wandering the fields in search of troublemakers, and will gladly chase off the ruffians should he discover them. Welcome to the battle plan, Maggot's Farm. The game lasts until one side has completed their objective. The evil player wins if 4 or more ruffians can move off the board through the western board edge. If 3 ruffians move off the board in this way, then the game is a draw. The good player wins if they can prevent the evil player from achieving their objective. For the good army, we've got Farmer Maggot with Grip, Fang and Wolf, and for the evil part, 2 ruffians, 1 ruffian with Whip and 3 ruffians with Bow. So everything is set up and we're ready to start a new adventure. The good guys start, because it's a narrative game, and the dogs will follow the rules of the sentries until the alarm goes off. And we start with this dog. It's a 1, so he can't move. Second dog, that's a 2. The opposing player may move the model up to half of its move allowance in any direction. So we're gonna send this dog back. Wait, where's the second one? So that's right. And the last, it's a 2, so he also go back. And that's the end of the move phase for Grip, Fang and Wolf. Move phase for the ruffians, and they each can move 6 inch. And that's the end of turn 1. So priority roll. And priority goes to evil. So the ruffians can move again 6 inch. And that's the end phase for the ruffians. And now Grip, Fang and Wolf can move. So for the first dog, it's a 6. So he can move his normal distance, and that's 8 inch. so he's going into the woods. Second dog, it's a 1, he can't move, and the third, it's a 2, so we send him 4 inch back. And at the end of turn 2, so we roll for priority, and priority goes to evil. So the ruffians can move again 6 inch, and they are trying to hide behind the trees. And at the end, for the movement for the ruffians. Good, for the first dog, a 5. So the controlling player may move the model up to 3 inch in any direction. The second dog, a 6, so he can move 8 inch in any direction. And the last one, a 5, that's 3 inch. And at the end of this turn, so priority roll. It's equal. Last turn evil had priority, so priority goes to the doggies. So again, for this dog, you can't see him, he's behind the trees, but he's definitely there. He can move up to 3 inch. The second dog, he also can move 3 inch. And the last, that's a 3, so he will be sent back for 4 inch. And then it's movement for the ruffians. This one will hide between the tree. At the end of the turn, the alarm does not go off because the dog can't see these ruffians, and in here they are too far away. So priority roll, and priority goes to good. So for the first dog, it's a 1, so he stays where he is. The second dog, a 1, he also stays, and the last one, that's a 3, and he will go back to there. Movement for the ruffians. and they will not move this turn. At the end of the turn, so priority roll, and priority goes to evil. This ruffian is going to try to jump over the fence, and also the ruffian with the bow will try. A 1, that's not enough, he can't pass the wall. We've got here 2 more ruffians, and they just gonna move 6 inch like this. And the other 2 ruffians are not going to move because this dog is standing there. So that's the end of the move phase for the ruffians. Move phase for Gripfang and Wolf. We start with this one. That's a 3. So we put this dog 4 inch back. The second dog, a 6, he can move 8 inch in any direction, and that's enough to charge this ruffian. And the third dog, a 2, and we're going to put him a little bit further away. So we've got 1 combat, ruffian against dog, and that's a win for the dog. So the ruffian backs away. And that's a 4. The dogs have a strength of 3 and the ruffians a defense of 3. So a 4 is enough, and the first ruffian is gone. And at the end of the turn, the alarm is off. So now Farmer Maggot maybe will arrive on the battlefield. Priority roll, and priority goes to good. So first I will roll for Farmer Maggot, need a 5, and that's a 6. So Farmer Maggot will enter, and he can move 4 inch like this. The dogs now can move 8 inch. The dog will try to jump. That's not enough, so he's still there, and the other dog here will also move 8 inch, and the last dog will not move. Movement for the ruffians, and this ruffian is going to move 6 inch. This ruffian can move 3 inch. And those two are going to try to charge this, but they had to roll a courage test because the dogs have the special terror rule. For the first ruffian, that's a 7. The ruffians had a courage of 2, so that's not enough. And the other ruffian, that's enough, so he can charge to the dog. We've got 1 shooting. This ruffian is going to try to hit this dog. He needs 6. That's not enough. And we've got 1 combat to fight. Ruffian against the dog, and that's a win for the dog. But the 1 is definitely not enough. Priority roll, and priority goes to evil. Going to move this ruffian 3 inch further. And this ruffian is going for a jump, and he made it. And this ruffian is also going to try to jump, and he succeeded. We've got to move 2 more ruffians. And that's the end of the movement phase for the ruffians. Movement phase for the good guys. And this dog is going to charge this ruffian. This dog is going to try to jump. That's enough. Farmer Maggot is going to move 4 inch. And the dog will move a little bit to here. That's the end of the movement. We've got 2 fights. The first one here with the dog and the ruffian, and that's again a win for the dog. So the ruffian backs away, and a 2 is not enough. And the second fight is again a ruffian against a dog. And again a win for the dogs. Grip, Fang and Wolf are very good this game. And a 6 is enough. That's another ruffian down. So now there are still 4 ruffians left. Priority roll. And priority goes to good. So this dog is going to here. He's going to charge the ruffian. Farmer Maggot is going to here. And the dogs 2 inch can still move 3 inch like this. And then it's move phase for the ruffians. He's going for a jump. That's not enough. This ruffian will move 3 inch like this. And at the end of the move phase, we've got 1 shooting to do with the ruffian bowman. Needs a 6, and that's not enough. And we're going to the fight phase. Only 1 fight to solve with the dog and the ruffian. And again, that's a win for the dog. The ruffian is trapped. But that's not enough. That's the end of the turn. So priority roll. And priority goes to good. So this dog is going to charge the ruffian. This dog is going to charge in here. Farmer Maggot will stay put. And that dog is also in range and will charge the ruffian. So movement phase for the ruffian, and there's only 1 ruffian who can move. So can he make it over the fence this time? Yes. And that's the end of the moving. So combat, we've got 1 combat in here, and that's a win for the ruffian. And a far, I think that's enough. A ruffian has a strength of 3, and the dogs had a defense of 3, so far is enough, and that's the first doggy who's gone. Next fight in here. And a win for the ruffian. And a 5, and the second dog is gone. Let's see what happens with the final dog. And that's a win for good. And that's another ruffian down. So now there are only 3 ruffians left, so the ruffians can't win the game anymore, but if they are able, all of them, to reach the end of the gaming table, they still can go for a draw. So priority roll, and priority goes to good. This dog is going to move 8 inch. That. And farmer Maggot will charge the ruffian with a whip. Movement for the ruffians. And they can move 3 inch. And that's the end of the movement. And we've got a 1 combat. Farmer Maggot against the ruffian with a whip. And Farmer Maggot has 2 dice. And that's a win for Farmer Maggot. Can he finish the game? No, he cannot. So priority roll. There's still a chance for the ruffians to make it a draw. And priority goes to the ruffians. So this ruffian is going to try to make a jump. He succeeded. This ruffian moves 3 inch. And the ruffian with the whip is going for a run. The Maggot is not going to move, and we've got 1 doggy left, and he's going to death. The end of the turn, so priority roll, and priority goes again to evil. So the ruffians are going to run for it. and this one goes 3 inch to there. Movement for the good guys, and the dog can go 8 inch, and farmer Maggot 2 inch like this. And at the end of the turn, priority roll, and priority goes to good. So this dog is going to charge, and farmer Maggot is going a little bit to here. Movement for the ruffians. One ruffian did make it, and the other ruffian is going again for 3 inch. One fight to do, ruffian against the dog, and it's a win for the dog. This could be the end of the game. No, that's not enough. Priority roll, and that's a win for the ruffians. So of course this ruffian also gonna run and make it over the land of farmer Maggot, and the last ruffian is going to here. Movement for the good guys, and this doggy is going to charge. 1 inch and 3 inch, and farmer Maggot is put there. One fight, and that's a win for the ruffian. And a 4 is enough. The last dog is also gone. Priority roll, and priority goes to good. And of course farmer Maggot is going to charge the ruffian. Farmer Maggot has 2 attacks, and he wins the fight. And a 4, that's enough. This ruffian is also down, and the game ended with a victory for farmer Maggot, Grip, Fang and Wolf. This was really a fun scenario to play, and it was pretty balanced. If the ruffians had one priority in the last turn, they would have been able to make it a draw. But that didn't happen, and so farmer Maggot and his hounds has won this game. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you did, give this video a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel, and I hope I will see you again for another adventure in Middle-earth.